Hi Gemini, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading. This is for the 3rd to the 9th of June 2019. I'm doing it now, I'm calling this now my weekly check-in reading with all of the signs. And we're doing it in the form of the monthly that we did for June, which I just really like that. I really liked that kind of spread. So we're going to kind of just tweak that into a weekly reading, okay? This is called the weekly check-in for Gemini. I didn't do it, actually I've just finished doing the water signs, and I did the normal spread that I would do for the water signs, but I think I'm going to change it up for the other signs, okay? So we're going to see how this goes. I really like this spread though, so we're going to have a look at the weekly check-in and what's coming up and what things you might need to pay attention to, that type of thing. So for the reading, guys, we are using, for the first layer, I think that we will use the we're going to use the Spellcaster's Tarot, sorry. We're going to use this for the first layer. So I've got a hot chocolate sitting next to me. For your second layer, we're going to use the Neo Tarot. New deck bought by Jericho Mandibur. Love this deck, beautiful. And for your third layer, we are going to use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot, okay? And for your advice and encouragement, we're just going to use one card from the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards, and this will be your advice and sort of encouragement, spiritual advice and encouragement for the week. All right, so we're going to do it, guys. Let's have a look then. So, and I'll show you, we'll home down and we'll have a look at what we'll have a look at the spread. Okay, so I'm going to home down and show you the spread this time around. So we are using the Spellcasters for the first one. We want to see, week commencing 3rd of June to the 9th of June. Who are you guys in that week? Who are some of you guys in that week? And as I say, Gemini, it's all, it's a general reading, so it's not going to obviously affect everyone. So let's have a look at who you guys will be in the week. Okay, and let's have a look at what the theme of the week is going to be as well. What will the theme of the week be for Gemini, 3rd to the 9th of June 2019? Universe Spirit, can you show me key goals for the week? Oh, no, we need to do it in this one. What are the key goals for Gemini during the week? That's the first layer, okay. Second layer, obstacles, okay. So what are the obstacles that Gemini, oh, right, there we go, that's shut out. That's the obstacles you need to overcome for the week. What's the major accomplishments some of these guys might be making in the week? Okay. And what is it that they need to avoid within the week? Show me in 2 cards what they need to avoid. We'll double up on that for a combination. These are the 2 cards what you need to avoid during the week. Okay. Okay. And we're going to have a look at where do you need to find support, or sorry, what do you need to embrace during the week. Let's have a look at what you need to embrace during the week. Okay, and if they need support, where can Gemini find support in the week? Okay, that one came out. Okay, I think that's it. And let's have a look. And finally, through the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards, what is the spiritual advice and encouragement in one card that you have for Gemini between the 3rd and the 9th of June 2019? Show me. Okay, lovely. So, let's have a look here, and I think that this will probably slow get the reading a little bit quick. I don't want to do quick readings, that's not what I'm not about that life, but some people like them a bit quicker than like 30 minutes and stuff. So between the 3rd and the 9th of June 2019, Gemini, some of you guys will be, oh, it's nice, the 6 of Cups. I mean, you might be this person, you might be these elderly people, you might be reminiscing, because can you see the elderly people on the bench? Can you see that? So the elderly people on the bench, Gemini, they're reminiscing about the past. They are reminiscing about being children. So they're thinking about their childhood. There's a sense of nostalgia here. And some of you guys might be thinking back to when you were children. And usually when we think back to when we were children, Gemini, we're thinking back to a time when things were probably a lot easier. Do you see what I mean? We didn't have complicated relationships with people. We could just play. We could just kind of, it was the innocence of life. That's what we all do. When we all start getting older, and I would say that happens around kind of going from your 20s, mid-20s into your 30s upwards, that's when you start thinking about the past and reminiscing, because then during those times, mid-20s to 30s onwards, you start to accumulate more, you know, responsibilities, and you start to kind of experience more stuff. You know, usually when you're a child, you're sheltered from stuff, but as you get older, you become exposed to more stuff, and sometimes it's not easy. So I do feel that actually this is you guys reminiscing about the past, okay? What's the theme of the week? The theme of the week is the Six of Swords. This is all about moving on for some of you guys. Some of you guys are finding clarity. Some of you guys are progressing from one thing to the other with the Six of Swords. Swords represent ideas and thoughts. So when you get the Six of Swords, this is a change of mind. This is seeing things clearly. This is moving from one idea to the other. This is mental progress. And some of you guys are experiencing a mental shift with the Six of Swords energy. That's the theme of the week. The theme of the week is mental shift. It could be travel for some of you guys as well, because Six of Swords is travel, over sea, over water. So usually this could be kind of, you know, from abroad, that type of thing. But I get the impression here, Gemini, that this is more about a mental shift is going to be the theme for the month. Sorry, not for the month, for the week, sorry. The key goal for the month for some of you guys, Gemini, will be the Nine of Cups. And this is to manifest a highly desired wish. For some of you guys, the key goal for the week might be, though, just to feel contented, to find contentment and gratitude in everything that you have and everything that you experience with the Nine of Cups. But then remember, this is the genie in the bottle. So for some of you guys, it will be, you know, the key goal is to manifest something, to have something really good happen, to have something come to fruition. For some of you guys, it will be, well, my key goal for the week is just about finding that emotional and spiritual contentment with the things that I have. Maybe for some of you Geminis, you don't have a lot, but it's really, or maybe you have a lot, but you'd like more. But, you know, it's a case of, for some of you guys, the key goal will be, well, I'd just like to be contented with what I have. But we can see on this particular version of the Nine of Cups, there's a genie coming out of a bottle. So it's almost like your key goal will be to be like, bazam, have something amazing happen, you know, have this amazing wish or this amazing kind of dream or ideal kind of just happen, just manifest. So it's probably to manifest, but usually with the Nine of Cups, what happens is that, you know, when I first started doing tarot, I used to go to a particular lady on YouTube. Oh my God, what was her name? I don't remember her name. She got ill though, and she had to come off YouTube. She was amazing, one of the best readers I'd seen on YouTube for sure. And a really nice lady, really nice lady, but she got ill. And every time she would do, because this was when I was just starting out with tarot 4 or 5 years ago, she would always say to me, oh, Carol, you know, this card would show up for me. She'd be like, something really good is happening, you know, with Nine of Cups. You're going to be really happy. You're going to be feeling like, you know, the cat that got the cream. You're going to be feeling really smug. You know, you're going to have wishes fulfilled. And it was true, because my tarot business became really successful. So this is the card of success, and some of your key goals is to achieve success. And then sometimes with the Nine of Cups, it's just about, it's like the Magician card. It's just about kind of having something manifest out of the blue, just like that. You'll be thinking about it and dreaming about it, and to a certain extent, the Nine of Cups is almost like the law of attraction card. You'll be kind of through visualization and thought, and through your energy, attracting that in, and then just seeing it manifest. So for some of you guys, that might be the goal for the week. Obstacle that you need to overcome for the week for some of you guys. 3 of Coins. Now we're using the other deck, the Neo Tarot deck. 3 of Coins. So the obstacle might be in work. It might be with a team of people that you work with. Because if on this 3 of Coins, can you see that they're all joining in the work? There's nobody who's higher than anyone else. You know, usually on the 3 of Coins, you get somebody who's higher up. 2 people asking 1 person for advice. Usually this is somebody who's in charge of a group, but everybody's working together. So it might be the obstacle is working with others, especially in the working environment. That might be an obstacle that needs to be overcome for some of you gems, okay? Your major accomplishment for the week for some of you guys might be with the 2 of Swords. That you might end up making a really important decision, because the 2 of Swords is all about making a really important decision. This person is faced with a decision. She's not reversed to suggest that she's opening her heart up though. 2 of Swords is closing your heart, so that's not a major accomplishment for anyone. So really, if you want to talk about this card, the 2 of Swords is all about, I have a decision to make. I'm faced with 2 paths, 2 things, 2 ideas. I could go this way or I could go that way. Well, the Two of Swords says, as a major accomplishment. If you're making a major accomplishment, Gemini, some of you guys might be faced with a really important decision right now, but it might be between the 3rd and the 9th of June that you decide on what you're going to do with that Two of Swords energy. And it probably didn't come easy. The Two of Swords also means to open your mind up to stuff. So it might also be that once where your heart and your mind were closed to an opportunity or to doing something that had potential, but you thought, I'm not sure about that, the major accomplishment might be, okay, I've made a decision to do this. I'm going to open my heart and I'm going to open my mind to this thing. What is it you need to avoid during the week? We've got 2 cards here. The Ace of Wands. So making rash decisions. See, this Ace of Wands is all about, you know, a fresh start, something new happening. It's something sparking up. And the Eight of Cups is going towards it. Can you see? He's got that wand right in his hand. Can you see he's got the wand? He's taken the wand here. It's almost like he was given this wand and he's just taken it. This to me looks like doing something real quick without even thinking about it. It's almost like this new idea spouting up, or this new passion or a new hobby or a new job, and then just saying, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it like right now. Because you go literally from 0 to 8 within a flash. There's nothing in between these cards. You've just gone from... The aces are really 0. They're conception cards. They're like from the foundation. They're at the very start, and then you go to a number 2. Or you could call this number 1, and then the 2's number 2. Okay, showing up. So, but you literally look like you've gone from 1 to 8, all in a minute. All in a minute. You've gone from the idea, the conception of the Ace of Wands, to following it through in a moment. Because this is follow through, 8 of Cups. And the Ace of Wands is the conception card. Think about pregnancy. This is the sperm. And then you get the High Priestess conception. Then you get the Empress fertilization. Then you get the world birth. Do you see what I mean? So this is a stage. This is beginning stage, conception. And I'm following it through immediately. So it's almost like something has been conceived with the Ace of Wands. An idea, or... it's usually an idea though with the Ace of Wands. I'm seeing here this is something being conceived and you're just doing it immediately, which suggests to me there is no gap to think things through. Some of you guys are literally, I think, Gemini, are not thinking something through here. You've gone from conception to follow through immediately without any type of research. Bad idea. If anything new starts up, if you want to start a new job or a new hobby, or, you know, there's a new passion that you want to go for, because this is in your avoid area, you need to really be kind of doing your research on that. There are no swords on it. I'm not seeing a page of swords. There are only 2 cards. But there's nothing there. There's nothing there to suggest that this new idea, this new startup, it's almost like starting up a new business. Or starting, because this is the startup card, the Ace of Wands. So you're starting something up and literally just going for it, just following it through. But it's in the avoid area. You've got to avoid doing it, probably because you haven't examined it well enough, okay? So just make sure that if something new is starting up in the week, you're literally kind of examining what you're doing rather than just jumping in, feet first. What is it you need to embrace during the week? The Knight of Coins. And that makes sense with this card here. That makes sense with this being the avoid and this being what you need to embrace. Because the Knight of Coins is crossing the T and dotting the I's. There's nothing like putting the hard work in, as the Knight of Coins does. There's nothing like education. The Knight of Coins is educated. He's not getting to a particular position in life by rushing in, not like a Knight of Swords or a Knight of Wands would be. He's the type of boy that will be like, yeah, I want to get to this position. I want to run this business. Or I want to kind of, you know, move up the ladder within my work, but I know that I need to kind of do a few night classes, or, you know, I know that I need to do a little bit of reading on this, or, you know, the Knight of Coins is all about preparation. So what you need to embrace is that you need to prepare for the things that you want to achieve, and you need to work hard towards them. You can't go from conception through to follow-up all in one go. You need to avoid that, Gemini, because if you go from that, you're missing out some key elements. In other words, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to trip yourself up. So you need to embrace the idea with the Knight of Coins energy that hard work is needed and preparation is needed with the Knight of Coins. Everything is a process. That's the Knight of Coins energy, okay? Where do you need to find support if you need it? The Two of Wands is where you need to find support. So maybe this is from a business partnership. Two of Wands is business partnership. Two of Wands can also be from somewhere that's quite far. For example, over the internet. or from someone in another country, for example, because Two of Wands can be somebody who lives in another country, somebody who lives very far from you. Business partnership is also the Two of Wands. So you might need, if you need support, there's support that you can get over the internet. There might be somebody that you know, a friend or something like that lives in another country. There might be somebody like a business partner that you have, or somebody who is involved in a partnership maybe, that you can get advice from this individual or support from this individual with the Two of Wands energy here. It might be that there's a creative partnership or a creative team that you can get some advice from. And the advice and encouragement for the week, guys, is White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to put the camera down on the cards. I'm going to quickly just go through the reading again, okay? Okay, guys, you can see the actual reading here. Let me just move these other cards to the side. Right, so I thought I'd give you a quick peek. Well, not even a quick peek. I'll give you a look at your reading, basically. Let's pull these cards up like so. So, let's go back to the reading, guys. So what we're looking at here is the week commencing 3rd. This is your weekly check-in. All right, I'm calling these weekly check-ins now. I didn't do these. It's a shame I didn't do them for the water signs. I didn't think about it, but I thought about it for the other signs. So we'll start it off with you, and then we'll do it every week, called the weekly check-in. So your weekly check-in this week is saying that this week, guys, some of you guys are very focused on the past, because most people that are watching this channel are going to be older people. I don't mean like middle age. You'll be kind of from your, I would say, 20s. The majority of people, I would say, looking at my demographics, are going to be kind of from, early 20s upwards. So these are you guys here looking at your past. All right, looking at your past, remembering, reminiscing. I think this week a lot of you guys are probably reminiscing, because the theme of the week is the Six of Swords. Some of you guys are moving, some of you guys are changing. You might be changing, job, or you might be changing home. You might be moving home. You might be moving to another country. The theme of the week, though, might also be that there is a mental breakthrough with the Six of Swords. Some of you guys, it might be that you've had kind of this mental shift as well with the Six of Swords here. Looking at what your key goal is for the week, well, your key goal will be the Nine of Cups. This is to manifest a deep wish, a desire with the Nine of Cups energy into your life. Some of you guys, though, with the Nine of Cups energy, probably just the goal is to just be happy and contented, which is what the Nine of Cups is usually, with what you have. The major accomplishment, though, what's the next one? Sorry, obstacles that need to be avoided, though, Three of Coins. Alright, so if you've got an obstacle working within a team, usually this is working within teams. It's a work card, so this might be in work for some of you guys. That an obstacle that needs to be overcome is your colleagues, people that you work with. Maybe you're clashing with people, showing here, because we do have the Two of Swords as well, and Two of Swords next door to this can be a clash with colleagues, alright? Some of you guys might be clashing with colleagues. Even though this isn't in this area, I'm just looking at, this just makes me think of clashing. So obstacle might be that you need to overcome, Gemini, might be that you're clashing with colleagues. So if you've got a clash with colleagues, if you've got a disagreement with colleagues going on with the Three of Coins energy at work, that needs to be overcome. However, a major accomplishment is finally the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords, usually this is about being faced with decisions. Some of you guys are finally accomplishing having made a decision between the 3rd and the 9th of June 2019. And it will be the definitive decision. It will be in judgment territory. Big life-changing decision. Something that you found difficult to make before. Also, the Two of Swords represents the major accomplishment. Could be cutting someone out of your life. Two of Swords shaped like a pair of scissors. Alright, so you're cutting people out. Some of you guys might be finally accomplishing cutting somebody out of your life. Somebody that you didn't like, somebody you didn't get on with. What you need to avoid is going from conception to follow through all in one day. Alright, so this is starting something. This is making a positive start and then just following it through. So you're not covering any groundwork. I get the impression if this is anything to do with a creative idea or anything indeed to do with work, you need to make sure that you're doing things thoroughly. Because I get the impression looking at these two cards, things are not being done thoroughly, darlings. So you need to make sure that things are focused on and that they are done thoroughly. Alright, if this is, for example, with the Ace of Wands, a startup business, for example, you can't complete everything in one day. You can't go from 0 to hero in one day. You can't go from 1 to 8 in one day. There's a process that needs to be followed here. And that's why you need to embrace the idea, which is why I love using different cards, because you can just see how everything kind of interrelates. This is why you need to embrace the idea of hard work, dedication, and endurance. Nigel Collins is all about enduring, okay? It's hard work, but he is interested in perfectionism, and if you want to get something just right, which is what the Knight of Coins does, you can't go from this to this all in one sitting. All right, you've got to go through the proper channels, the proper processes. You've got to put the time in, the hard work in. If there's something that you want to achieve, it's all about learning, education. Knight of Coins energy, that's what he does. So you need to embrace the idea that you're going to have to put some hard work into something that you want to achieve. It can't be done just all in one sitting. Support that could be available if you need it. Two of Wands, how I'm seeing it is either this is support. Wands are usually the internet, so something over the internet, for example. This could be from a startup enterprise as well. Two of Wands can be a startup business or an enterprise, so maybe you want to go up to if it's anything to do with business or anything, maybe your support could come from business startup company, for example, with the Two of Wands. There could be a partnership here or a creative team perhaps you want to go to for some advice, that type of thing. Finally, your advice and encouragement, spiritual advice and encouragement for the week is White Eagle. Ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Okay, especially if it's anything to do with you reminiscing, you know, something to do with the past and getting that kind of mental breakthrough. All right, let's quickly look finally before we go, guys, at the 5-card reading. We've already done the advice card, spiritual advice, so we don't need to look at that again. We'll use these cards here. Any other energies in 5 cards for Gemini? Any other energies you see coming in 5 cards for Gemini week commencing 3rd to the 9th of June 2019? Any other energies? Let's have a look. Right, 8 of Wands is showing up here, so there could be some messages coming through, information, important information with the 8 of Wands energy showing up here. 10 of Cups shows up here. All right, so I think that's the 10 of Cups, isn't it? 1, 2. I'm not very good at the old Roman numerals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's the 9 of Cups energy. Some news about 9 of Cups is good. So this shows up again. Showed up in your last reading. So 9 of Cups is all about a wish being granted. Okay, this could be something fast coming in as well, because you got the 9 of Wands, the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is fast movement, wish being granted. So this might be a sudden wish being granted for some of you guys. This might be something that's unexpected. I get the impression, because your goal was to do the 9 of Cups in the last reading, so there might be a sudden wish or something like that being granted to some of you guys showing here. Okay, something that you didn't expect. All right, because you're feeling really satisfied with this as well. Okay, some of you guys feeling really satisfied. Finally something is moving again as well with the 8 of Wands energy showing up here. 9 of Cups is also parties and gatherings. 8 of Wands is abroad, so it could be something to do with a party, a gathering, going abroad for that. You might be going abroad for, the focus might be on going abroad for a gathering with the 9 of Cups, a party, that type of thing. She actually looks like she's sitting at an airport, so some of you guys, it looks like travel as well, perhaps, showing up here. What else are we looking at? You dreaming though. Some of you guys, again, this dream card keeps coming in for the sign. Some of you guys dreaming about a wish being fulfilled. All right, could be something to do with travel with the 8 of Wands energy showing up here. 2 cards came out together as well. Well, 3 more cards just bounced off me. 2 of Swords, okay, and the 5 of Swords. Some of you guys with this 2 of Swords energy, you're blocking out an abusive individual. It's a King of Coins. I'm seeing you guys blocking someone out. You're closing your heart to an abusive male. Could be an abusive Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn male showing here. Can you see that? Abusive 5 of Swords, male, King of Coins, closing heart, 2 of Swords. Alright, so those just came out on my hand just like that. Did you see that at all, Gemini? See that? So we've got 2 areas here that we're looking at. For some of you guys, could be some travel. 8 of Wands, 9 of Cups. Looks like sitting around in an airport lounge to me here. Some of you guys, 9 of Cups energy, wishing, possibly travel or leaving. Could be news though, some good news coming in. 9 of Cups is good news with the 8 of Wands. It's also with this 9 of Cups energy, sudden happiness or some sudden wish being granted out of the blue. But you guys, I think actually, because we've got a 7 of Cups energy, it's more than likely some of you guys are actually dreaming of this. It could be something to do with cutting out, closing your heart to an abusive partner. Could be an abusive husband or an abusive long-term partner for some of you guys. Okay, let's have a look at what else is showing up here. Gemini, let me just put that. Those literally just came out of my hands, gems. They literally, darlings, did that. Really interesting. Let's have a look what else we can find coming up. Don't you just love the tarot? I really like it a lot. Let's have a look. What else? Oh, what the fuck is all this shit, man? 10 of Swords. Okay, ending of a painful situation. I'm loath to say that sometimes with this card, because sometimes it's not. But I don't want people to deem the readings as negative, you see, because they're not. 10 of Swords can be the ending literally to a painful situation. That one, can you see? Look, it's just falling on my hand like that. What is that? Oh, I saw this for someone else. 10 of Cups. Ending to a relationship. You got 2 10s. There is an ending coming up. There is completion. Ending of a relationship. 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups can be betrayal within the family as well. Sorry guys, I'm just shuffling. Some of you guys are finished with a relationship as well. But you're going to be strong about it. Strength energy. You're feeling strong about it, okay? King of Wands, okay? Finding strength in another individual, perhaps, Gemini. King of Wands energy. But also feeling strong and determined with the King of Wands energy showing here. Sun, new beginning. You got 2 Leo cards. No, 3. 3 Leos. Could be a Leo energy here, because strength is Leo, King of Wands can be a Leo or an Aries, and the Sun is Leo. 3 Leo energies. Is any of you guys involved with a Leo at all, I'm wondering? Because you got 3 Leo cards all in a row showing here. So some of you guys might be ending a relationship here. It might be with a Leo individual showing here. But some of you guys, you're completing a cycle within your life right now. 10 of Swords, this might have been in a very kind of fatalistic relationship. Could have been also an abusive. Some of you guys are very done with a relationship here. And you've got the strength and the determination. Strength and a determination to move on. You know, to go for new beginnings. That type of thing with the Sun. I'm also getting the same thing here. That you're closing your heart to an abusive partner. If it's anything to do with the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. Maybe this was happening in a family relationship. This could be someone you were married to or in a long-term relationship. But I've got the impression here that you have the strength and determination with the King of Wands to move on and to go off for better things. Very interesting reading. Alright, that's your reading, gems, for the 3rd to the 9th of June 2019. If you'd like a personal reading, just kind of click on the link below. It's in the comments section. Thanks for your time, guys. Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.